Is KCR's Mission Modi Hatao justified? Telangana Chief Minister and Founder President of Telangana Rashtra Samiti (TRS) appears to be on a mission to dethrone the most popular leader that independent India has ever seen, democratically elected and not foisted Prime Minister of India. His displeasure and reason behind antagonizing an individual called Narendra Modi, like many in opposition ranks as well as in media house, understandable. Some of the reasons for their hatred towards Modi are not amenable or compromising in the practices that were prevalent since independence to loot the nation and public wealth left, right and center. Added to that, the appeasement policies pursued by the erstwhile Congress or some regional parties or freebies to lure the gullible people to remain in power. It's obvious that their model of development or administering the government differs. As a result, past practices like encouraging dalals or middlemen, commission agents or lobbying has become a past ever since Narendra Modi headed the BJP storm to power with some of its allies. This led to massive unemployment among the opposition as the new policies introduced by the government shut their shops, whether the direct money transfer of government's welfare schemes into the beneficiaries' accounts or allocated funds to the local bodies in the so-called cooperative federal structure of our democracy. Even the major window for loot like defense equipment purchases was also removed by Modi by making it a government-to-government deals. And the KCR government too is a victim of such transparent policies of the Modi government. His hatred towards Modi and his government has begun when the latter refused to incorporate his Dalit Bandhu scheme in the annual budget. As a result, he demanded for rewriting of the constitution, which he claims has too many flaws. And the latest, which further precipitated his anger, was the centre transferring funds of all those schemes sponsored by it directly into the local body's elections. Added to that was the Reserve Bank of India's refusal to grant permission for further lending. KCR, who stormed to power in 2014 on regional sentiment, managed to retain power by announcing several freebies benefiting almost all sections of the society in 2018. As a result, his populist schemes, which helped him win 2 elections in the past, had emptied the state coffers. That left no funds to implement the ongoing schemes. Why welfare schemes? Even payment of monthly government employees' salaries. With the elections fast approaching, KCR and his party is finding it extremely difficult to convince people who are becoming restless as the day passes. His decision to disburse some funds to the farmers in Punjab as a goodwill gesture had also further antagonized the people of Telangana. His son and nephew, who are ministers in his cabinet, K.T. Ramarao, IT and Municipal Administration, and T. Harish Rao, Finance and Health, quite often been ridiculing Modi's Achhe Din slogan is boomeranged on them. Now people are asking, in the state emptying state coffers and unscheduled power cuts, is what Bangaru Telangana is meant? To implement the lone Dalit Bandhu introduced ahead of the Huzurabad Assembly bypoll to defeat KCR's Betanoir Etala Rajender alone will cost close to rupees 1 lakh crore. The state needs rupees 10,000 crore a year to implement the scheme. There are 13 lakh families eligible for the scheme. Each family is promised to provide rupees 10 lakhs to set up their own businesses to make their livelihood. Similarly, the Raitu Bandhu scheme needs rupees 50,000 crore annually to benefit small and marginal farmers. Many political analysts feel that instead of taking a leaf out of Dravidian's style of governance to develop the state, KCR's model of aggressive politics is bound to ruin the state's development. KTR's claims regarding massive foreign investments coming to the state are nothing short of hoodwinking people ahead of polls. All his claims are only on paper and its implementation may not be possible to implement. Added to the government's job mela, many analysts feel is also a falsehood being played on gullible people. When there is no money to pay existing government employees and those retired pensioners, where from KCR government can pay the new few thousand job getters? This is KR Krishna for Orange News 9 TV.